Midjourney can finally do text. The version 6 alpha has just dropped, and in this video I'm going to show you how to generate graphics with text added, and I'll show you multiple example prompts that are useful for print on demand. So here we are inside of Discord, and if we type in /settings, then you've now got the option to change the model right here to Midjourney V6 alpha, which is really exciting. What I've been doing to generate my graphics is just add a suffix. So type in /suffix, click on new value right here, and I've been adding --S200 to stylize this, and then --V6 for version 6, of course. So if we hit enter, that's now going to be added to all of our prompts. And let's just start off with a very simple one right here. So /imagine 2D vector art of an avocado in the shape of a cat with the text. And this is important, you have to put these quotation marks and put your text inside of this. So let's do avocado cat, fairly simple, 2 words. And at the end, I like to put isolated on a white background. So fairly simple prompt. I'll leave this in the description. You can use this as a base to work with and then amend it to your liking or add more to it ideally. So hit enter, and then you're going to have the suffix added right there. You can also click upwards arrow on your keyboard to get the prompt up again, and you can make some changes to this, try out a different style, or just hit enter again to have it run twice. Let me change the style of this at the start just so we get a slightly different version. Maybe we could do cartoon illustration of an avocado. Let's do that one and run it twice, and let's see what we get back from these prompts. So here we go, the results are in, starting off with 2 sets of vector art. So these do look pretty good. The text is accurate almost on all of these. So avocado cat right here, this is spelled correctly as well. Avocado, so this one messed up, and here we've got 1 letter missing, I believe, but that's easy to fix if this was your favorite graphic. Then the next lot down right here, we've got a bit of a funky result in the top right corner, literally a cat made up of avocados. We've got avocado cat spelled correctly a few times right here, so that's definitely a good indication that Midjourney can actually spell this stuff correctly. But bear in mind, you might sometimes get terrible results and you'll just have to rerun the prompt multiple times. Here we've got the cartoon illustrations. So how do these look? I think these look slightly better in terms of the style. Avocado cat, so not always perfect, but definitely getting pretty damn close in most cases, which is good. Here again, we've got 2 spelled correctly, 3 if you want to count this one, but the font at the top is super thin. But yeah, I think that first prompt gave some pretty good results. So yeah, copy it from the description, try it out, try out some different topics. You can use ChatGPT to use this prompt as a base and give you new suggestions as well if you want to. And do play around with the stylize feature, because the lower that is, the more simplistic the graphics get, which might be applicable to some types of niches. The higher, the more sort of details you get added to it. I'm quite happy with Stylize 200 though. So here are a few more example prompts that I used earlier and got some decent results with. So here we've got the first one, 2D flat vector design featuring a cartoon cat with a chef's hat, happily stirring a pot of spaghetti isolated on a white background. And at the end with the text, pause and pasta. So we've got 2 results for this. Quite like this one. Quite like the style of this, even though it's the same prompt and stylize, these are quite different in terms of detail. And then we've got a 2D flat vector design of a dog sleeping on a giant colorful donut with sprinkles, isolated on a white background with the text donut dog dreams. So it didn't actually add dog into the text right here, but it still looks great, and Donut Dreams works as well. So pretty cool graphic right here. You could definitely see this working as a print on demand design. Here we've got the first image I actually generated with text, or set of images I should say. There was a few that turned out decent. So I just put create a graphic design illustration of beer and cookies with a text that reads beer and cookies. So you can see that we've got a couple of decent results here. This one almost reminds me a bit of ideogram in terms of the way it looks. So that's maybe not too impressive, but it is a good example to show that the text is spelled correctly. Then we've got this one with Squirrel Nutty Feast. I thought the way this sort of script font turned out looked pretty good. Got a flamingo dance party. Notice how right here I've got encased in a circular vintage sunset theme. And that's going to help you get more of that print on demand vintage sunset aesthetic right here. And I think this prompt also looks pretty neat and could work well if you remove the white background right here. So it says colorful vector illustration featuring a smiling sloth hanging lazily from a tree and circled by a vintage sunset motif with clear outlines accompanied by the text sloth speed champion. Again, it left part of this out, so it doesn't actually say champion. So it's not always following your text exactly, but that's the nature of these AI tools. It also added some random unreadable letters right here down the side, which you would have to remove afterwards, but this prompt definitely seems to give you a decent style. By the way, if you want to turn your images into high quality vectors, then you can use Vectorizer.ai, which is completely free. I will leave a link to this in the description. All you have to do here is drag and drop your image onto the site. It will then quickly load this and turn it into a vector, and that way we can resize it to any dimension that we want and use it for printing, and it's going to turn out in a crisp quality. If we zoom in, you can see on the left we've got the original, very pixelated. On the right we've got a smooth line, and when you hit download, a few settings that I like to change is the shape stacking to the bottom option, and I like to enable clip overflow, and then just click download and this vector will be saved to your device, and then you can open it up in a vector editing tool and also adjust certain things very easily, like the misspelling right here, which I'm also going to show you in Adobe Illustrator right now. So now we've got this open in Illustrator, and as you can see, if we click on the background, it easily detaches like this, and we can just hit delete to remove that. If I now drag this off the artboard, let's see, is there anything left? Yes, there is a bit of background left right here in the word avocado. So let's highlight this, use the shape builder tool by holding down Shift and M. That's going to select it, or you can find it here in your toolbar. And now we want to delete or erase these white shapes. You do that by holding down Alt. That way we're going to sort of wipe these out or cut them out of the letters. There we go. And now we can actually work on fixing the letters down there, because it doesn't say avocado, it says avocado. So we can use the direct selection tool for this and just select the first two letters, move them to the left a bit, and now we can copy this O into the gap. So hold down Alt whilst having the letter that you need selected, and then click and drag, also hold down Shift to keep it in line. And there we go, avocado. We still need an A, so let's do this same process again. Move this over a bit, and now we've got an A over here, and we can fit that into the gap. So avocado cat right there. Now it's not centered anymore, so I'm going to select all of these, hit Control G, and then we're going to horizontally align these to the center. And there we go. Now we've got our graphic fixed, and we can move individual bits around because it is all in a vector format. By the way, if you don't want to pay for Adobe Illustrator, you could also use alternatively Figma or Inkscape for vector editing. I just really like Illustrator. It is my design tool of choice. I've been using it for years, and if you want to check it out, I think you can get a trial to it, and there will be a link in the description to Illustrator, to Vectorizer, and obviously to Midjourney as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about this new text functionality with Midjourney V6. Do you think it looks great? Do you think it competes well with DALL-E 3, with ideogram, or do you think it's still lacking a bit? I'm very curious, so let me know in the comments below. And if you have a lot of AI images to go through for upscaling and removing the background, then I would highly recommend checking out this video next, where I show you one of the fastest and most effective methods that I know to do this in bulk.